like the intro video. After probably over 100 videos, I finally got around to making one of those. But this one is over, once you get a DBXL, I've seen a lot of posts on this on Facebook here lately. Admin some of the groups. The MTXL and DBXL owners group, DBXL owners group, fit scale, do you fit scale RC. I admin quite a few videos, at quite a few groups. And one question that is asked all the time is, what upgrades do I need to get for my DBXL out of the box? Well, there's a few, honestly. First up is the springs. The stock springs are junk. The stock springs are very soft, and if you push down on the vehicle, it will not rebound back up like that. It will sag. So yeah, you definitely want to get some better springs. DDM has HD springs for it. You can get them raw. You can get them black. There's 3 different coatings you can get on them. Chrome, I believe, is another one. So yeah, definitely springs. Tires and foams. The stock tires and foams, the tires themselves are very thin, just pieces of crap. And the foams are very soft, so you're going to want to go with a thicker foam. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, honestly, through King Motor, you can get the Pioneer 5T rear. That's what I run on this all the way around. I run 5T rears. It comes with 5T fronts all the way around, but I run slightly bigger tires. These tires with the rims that come with them and the foam, I believe it's $88 shipped to you. So, but it also comes with a wheel. Right now I'm still using the stock wheels. I haven't had a problem with them personally. I don't jump the crap out of mine. I jump it, but the highest it's probably ever seen is about 4 or 5 feet. Nothing extreme, and usually it's landed pretty well. So yeah, we went over springs. Shocks. These don't use regular shock oil. They use diff grease. 7,000 weight all the way around. You can get 5T front. You have to use 5T front shocks all the way around if you decide to do that. I have them. I have everything to do that. And the ones I have are all aluminum. Now here's one. Completely aluminum. I just haven't put them on yet. I need rebuild kits and enough shock oil for all 4 of them, but these are going to be going on, and I have the offsets. I also personally run skid plates under my diffs and my center diff. This is a giveaway I'm going to do. If you own a DBXL, this is a center skid plate for the center diff. I already have some. I got this in a trade. So, yeah, I can let this go, no problem. I can let this go for free, so that'll be a giveaway right there. Comment in this video below. After about a month, I'll pick a winner. Well, not I will. I'll put everybody on a wheel. I'll do a live broadcast, a live stream, and go to willdecide4u.com, and put everybody's name in. Whoever gets it, I'll PM you on YouTube. Give me your address. I'll ship it to you. What that does is it protects the gear, the main the spur gear on the center diff. When it comes to diff fluids, the front diff I believe has 10,000. The rear diff has 30,000. The center diff has 100,000. Personally, I run 70,000 in the front or 75,000, 30,000 in the rear, all the way up to 50,000, $1 million in the center. The reason I run 70,000 up front, a thicker in the front and a thinner in the rear. I want the rear differential to work well, but also I want it to hook up. Usually I'll use 50. And also with a thicker grease up front, the front diff action is a lot stiffer, so there's a lot less understeer. Understeer is when you turn and the vehicle doesn't turn. What you can do once you put 70K is you can actually throttle out of the turn, because when you go to turn and it doesn't turn, you give it gas, both tires will hook up and pull you around the corner. Second thing, set your endpoints. So many people have gone through their servos because they don't set their endpoints. Basically, if you don't set your endpoints, the tire is going to turn as far as it can till the A-arm stops it. But then the servo is going to continue trying to turn it. Well, that will burn up a servo. So set your endpoints. Another big one is a better air filter. Personally, I run a K&N air filter with the outerwear over it. I tried a couple different ones. I tried it with no air filter and just ran it for a second just to see, okay, without an air filter, what kind of power am I going to get? Now, I compared a couple different air filters. I'm not going to go over every single one, but I found K&N breathes the best, but it is a little open. So you're going to want to run an outerwear with it. If you have the possibility, if you can, do the 29cc upgrade. The 23cc motor lacks a lot of power. And also, with the DBXL, you get this transmitter. It doesn't allow you to set your endpoint on your throttle, so a lot of the times the throttle only opens about 75%. When you want it to open 100%, you get yourself a better radio. Personally, I kept the same receiver in it and just got a DX4S, $200. Well, $250 with a SRS 4210 receiver. What else? Oh yeah, the reason I use a million in the center diff is that not only do I still have, if I can pick this up, not only do I still have my center diff, but when I get on the gas, power is distributed more evenly to the front and rear. Instead of with 100,000, more of the power is sent to the front, because we all know with a differential, whichever tire or end has less traction, that's where all the power is going to go to. Well, with a million weight, it really thickens, stiffens up the action of the center diff. And a lot of people in my past videos see me filling my diffs up all the way. Okay, well, I do that, and then I put the cap on, and then I turn it over. And then once I take the cap off, it's only like maybe 75% full. I don't fill them up all the way. If you do fill them up all the way, the silicone grease can expand and bust out a seal. I've never seen, a lot of people have said, I've seen diff cups explode. Honestly, silicone diff grease does not expand that much. All it will do mainly is maybe break your seal and it'll come out from the sides of it. I've also seen people with their center diffs completely dry or so full that when they get it, there's diff grease coming out of the center diff. So yeah, that's something you're going to want to address out of the box. Another thing, the rear drive shaft. I've known a lot of people that had the rear drive shaft pin come out. Find some way to capture that rear drive shaft pin. And because I've had to walk quite a few people through how to replace that pin. I don't mind. I enjoy helping. And man, most of the time I tell a person, well, with these pins, there's a set screw that holds the pin in place. And if that set screw doesn't have something to grab, that pin can slide back and forth. If you can, grind a little flat spot into the center of the pin, and then when you tighten down that set screw, it'll have a place to grab so that pin cannot go back and forth. I know this is a screwdriver, but it basically proves my point. I've done the same thing on my Tamiya 801 XT, and I've never lost a pin. and it's notorious for losing pins. Like I said, if you can do the 29cc upgrade, it's very simple. Where did I put that head? There it is. Okay, basically with it, you're going to have this down on the case. First thing you're going to want to do is take off all the shrouding so you can get to the head. Take off the coil, which is bolted on these two right here, and then loosen the two bolts. You're also going to want to get, this costs about 80 or 90 bucks. Oh no, about 70, 75. So you're going to want to take the two bolts, and then what's going to happen is when you go to lift off the head, the piston is going to be connected to the connecting rod. Now there's going to be a C-clip on each side of this. Take the C-clip off one side, or both if you want, and then push this pin through. I'll do a video completely over this, but you push the pin through, and then this will release the, I believe it's a 32 millimeter piston. And then you'll get a new pin, new C-clips, new bearings, everything to put this thing back together, even a new NGK spark plug. So basically you put the new one back on, slide the pin through you're going to have a bearing right here with two spacers on each side. Slide it through while it's on the connecting rod. Make sure that the circle or arrow is pointing towards the exhaust. And then in the ring gap, there's going to be a little pin. Well, you're going to want to make sure that pin is facing towards the intake. And then all you simply do is squeeze the piston ring just like that, and then slide the new head down on top. Make sure to put your gaskets on first, and then tighten it. That's it. Make sure when you tighten it, you don't go nuts with torquing it down, but you got to put some torque onto it to make sure nothing comes loose. With head bolts, you don't have to use, you can if you want, but I don't use any Loctite or anything because honestly I work on mine a lot. I clean them up. And a great thing about the HD gaskets is if you do this, you're going to want to get the HD gasket set. They're metal reinforced, and they can be used over and over again, but not so many times that if you rebuild if you take the head off like 3 to 5 times, you're going to have to replace the head gasket. So that's it with that. So if you can do the 29cc, it's not hard at all. I just pretty much talked you through it. I'll show you on this motor eventually. I have a 30.5 in here. This was a 30.5. I took the internals out, put the crank in that motor, and took the top end from that motor, and I basically took everything, just the stuff crank and everything out of this, put it in that motor. So now I'm running a 30.5cc, which has a stuffed crank. Also 2S LiPo instead of the stock nickel metal hydride battery. Personally, I run a Carnegie 2200 milliamp 2S battery, and I always have my balance plug coming out the side of the radio box. I cut a little groove, and the reason I did that is so I can check the voltage with the voltage meter, and I can also plug this into it. This is a little extension for 2S LiPos. It plugs into the balance port. Then I have this Dynamite Prophet Sport. Plug it into the 2S, put it at 2 amps, and it'll be charged. Honestly, I only have to charge about once a month, and I run at least a week running, at least once a week running at least two complete fuel tanks. Before I leave here, I'll fill the fuel tank up, and I'll take my my fuel bottle with me, my mix bottle. So yeah, that's pretty much it out of the box. If you can get a upgraded pipe, there's a lot out there. You have the Samba, the Jet Pro, the Booster, the DDM, Dominator, the Bartolone. There's so many. It's basically what you're going to want out of your vehicle. Mine, I get good low end response thanks to the 30.5cc now, and I get get good top end. Right now I'm running a 19 tooth spur. I'm going to up that to a 21 tooth so I can get a little bit more top end, because honestly with a 30.5 I'm spinning the tires, so I'm wasting some of that torque. And if I put a 21 tooth pinion on there, I'll lose a little torque but gain high end. So yeah, this thing is really fun now. So yeah, air filter, springs, shock fluid, lipo, set your endpoints on your servos, tires and foams, your drive shafts, make sure all screws are locked tight. Anything that goes in the metal, make sure it's locked tight, because it will come out. Giving away this. So like I said, comment down below if you have a DBXL. Sorry, but you're gonna have to show proof, because I'm not going to give this to somebody just to sell it. I'm going to give this to somebody that needs it. So I know people that my subscribers that have a DBXL, so you're going to have to send me proof that you have a DBXL, except for the people that I know have one. I have a lot of 5th scale parts. If you can, $25, get a high response clutch. Very easy to put on. I've done a video how to take the motor off and put it on within 30 minutes. Once you take the motor off, you take the cage off, you take the clutch bell carrier off, and your clutch is right there. Loosen 2 bolts, take the old clutch off, put the new clutch on, tighten the 2 bolts down, reassemble. That's a clutch. Oh yeah, and this right here is a high response clutch. Right here. You'll see that it has holes drilled on each side, and the thick coils, only 4 coils. No, yeah, 4 coils. On the back it has 5, but on the front you'll see 4 coils, and they're thicker. This starts kicking in at around 8,500 RPM and doesn't fully grab until around 10,000. So you're really into your power band. And with that, you can set your idle a little higher, better throttle response, and all that good stuff. After this video is going to be a video on how to tune these big dudes. They're big. 5th scales are big. I also have the Thunder Tiger Ducati 999R. It is a 5th scale motorcycle, but it's nitro powered. So that'll be 5 5th scales for me. I love 5th scales. I mean, once you get a 5th scale, there's nothing else like them. They're a little slower, but just the beatings they can take compared to anything else, there's nothing like it. I don't know if Team Chase makes I'm pretty sure Team Chase makes a cage. But with springs, with diff grease, with tires, with a 2S lipo, with the air filter, all the stuff that I just named off. And you can do it in increments, but if you buy it all at once, you're looking between, if you do the engine upgrade and a pipe, you're looking at about maybe $700. Without a pipe, about $500. Without the engine upgrade, about $400. And it all depends on what you want out of yours. To me, I want a lot of power, and I want it to be able to take everything I can throw at it. So far, it's been able to take a better beating than an X-Max ever could. X-Max can jump way higher, but this is a completely different type of vehicle. I'm not the type of person that likes to jump my RCs 25 feet into the air. I like to race. I like to see how fast a vehicle can go over a rough terrain, and this one can really do it very well. I've done a speed run on it, but that was with a 23cc, so I still have to do a speed run once I get the 21 tooth pinion speed run with everything that I've got on it now. It does at least 45 mile an hour, because I've kept up with a car doing 45 mile an hour in my neighborhood just to see. And yes, it does 45 mile an hour, and I had throttle left. So that's it when it comes to upgrading. Oh, better spark plug. If you're not running an NGK or E3, throw out the junk, get a better one. I have a bunch of extra NGKs, but personally, I like the E3 spark plugs. I've seen more low-end torque. higher RPMs once tuned correctly. Usually you'll gain about maybe 1,000 RPM. Not a lot, but 1,000 RPM, that's going to get you a higher top speed. And also that low end torque. I outrun, before I did the 30.5 cc upgrade, I was outrunning 5Ts. Low C5Ts, not HPI 5Gs. The four-wheel drive 5Gs. But they come with 26 cc's, but some of them come with a 29 cc motor. With a 29 cc motor, this outruns a 5T with a pipe. So, yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to out of the box. If you have any questions, comments, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. I really can't control what you like, what you think. I appreciate it. Subscribers, I'm getting close to 1,500. I have not forgot about the giveaway. I'm starting to do giveaways now, starting with this right here, and just I want to see what kind of response I'll get with giveaways. So I know everybody doesn't have a DBXL, but just what kind of response am I going to get? And then after that, we'll go from there. The next giveaway will most likely be a sharper image quadcopter. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos to see what comes next. Like I said, my channel is more of a how-to channel. I do some running videos. Once I get the Thunder Tiger, I'll do an overview of it. And once I learn how to drive it, because funny enough with those, when you turn right, it actually turns left, and that's because there's no weight on top of the bike to shift to make the bike lean. So you have to turn left. The wheel turns left to make it fall over, and you steer more with the throttle than you do the steering, because funny enough, the steering linkage actually has a shock in it, a double sprung shock, and when you lean in, the wheel will actually turn a little, and you can actually set that up different. I'm not even going to go over that right now. It's not even in my hands yet. I've just read a lot. I always research when I'm getting a new vehicle. So that's what you should do to your DBXL once you get it out of the box. It's going to take a little money, take a little time if you don't have a lot of income, but I promise you at the end of the day you will love your DBXL. They're a sort of Hemi Storm, you can watch him. It's sort of sad with Losi coming out with his vehicle in it. I mean, the damn springs don't even keep it up. And so you're going to have to put some money into this. But right now you can get a DBXL for around $400 to $500, which is not that bad. That's used. And then from that point you can take the extra money, like you can buy, if you were looking to buy a new one, buy a used one, and take that extra $500 and upgrade. Mine has a lot of upgrades on it. You can look at previous videos, a lot of alloy on it. I'm not going to go into that, but that's it. So thank you for watching. Peace and have fun. That's the biggest thing with this hobby. Have fun.